Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Open Here with me, Enby Andy. And I want to thank you all for returning to watch the videos and for keeping an open mind and learning things about being non-binary, the challenges and the issues that we face. So as per usual, we're going to talk through 3 topics that have been sent in by the viewers, and we'll go through, discuss them, and if you've got any kind of questions or you want to chime in with any kind of thoughts or comments on the topics we've covered, by all means, comment on the section below. So this week we're going to discuss LGBTQ plus discussions with my kids. Number 2, am I free to dress how I please around the kids? And number 3, how to deal with negative and hurtful comments. So the first question then, how have the LGBTQ plus conversations and discussions been going with my kids? Now, when I first came out to the kids, I explained to them in simple terms, as simple as possible. My kids are quite young, they're 6 and 3. So I just explained that I'm still your dad, first and foremost, and nothing's changed in that aspect. But I feel more comfortable and I feel more myself if I'm able to dress how I want to and wear makeup. And as I explained, that it doesn't change who I am. I still love them, and this is me now. And they've gotten used to seeing me in makeup, nail polish, a bit of jewellery, etc. And it's having that constant discussion with them and kind of challenging the social gender norms as well. So one of the things, I've got one boy and one girl, and obviously society has ideas of what girls should play with and what boys should play with and what kind of clothes that they should wear. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you obviously know that I don't believe that clothes have a gender, and why should toys have a gender, etc, etc. So my son, he likes to play dress up. With his sister, he'll occasionally wear her princess dresses. Obviously that's absolutely fine. There's no issue with that whatsoever. Why would there be an issue? The week before last, he wanted his nails done to match like his dad. So we have those kind of discussions that we make sure that they're aware and they understand that anyone can wear whatever clothes they want. There's no such things as girl things and boy things. So when it comes to gender, they're already getting pretty switched on in terms of, you don't have to do exactly what society says in terms of narrowing down to say boy stuff and girl stuff. They're doing pretty well at that. And when it comes to sexuality, I've explained in the past to my daughter, Rufus is a bit too young still, explained to my daughter that I am LGBTQ+. She understands that I could have attraction to anyone, regardless of their gender, being pansexual. And, she's only young, but she's adamant she's going to marry her best friend. And she was asking this weekend about, if we have a baby, do we both get pregnant at the same time? Bless her. But yeah, they understand that love is love, and they're completely open and accepting of all that stuff. And I think that's the kind of key to making sure that the future is much more acceptable and accepting for queer people. We got to start educating people young that, it's okay to be who you are and there's no stigma about that. So question 2 kind of follows on from question 1. So this is, am I free to dress up how I please around the kids? Now, I am. Nobody is looking over my shoulder and telling me what I can and can't do. One thing I do is I do probably dress a little bit more mask around the kids, a bit more masculine. And that's not to protect the kids from seeing their dad in feminine clothing or anything like that. They've seen that. They know what I look like when I'm wearing a dress or a skirt or something like that. So that's not the issue. It's more the fact of when I'm out with the kids and I'm taking them out to the park, or we're going out for some food or to a soft play or anything like that. It's more to protect the kids from the stares we get. They don't need that. They're young kids, and they don't need to hear any kind of comments or words said to their dad or to be made felt uncomfortable. And yeah, it's a horrible world where I have to consider that kind of thing, but that's what happens. So it's all down to kind of personal preference with this kind of stuff and how you want to do it and how you want to protect your kids really from the outside. It shouldn't have to be this way. I should be able to dress how I want and just not have to worry about bad comments that the kids may hear. But at the moment, that's where we are. So I am free to dress how I want. The only person stopping it so much is me. I mean, obviously, I've said before in the past videos, I am gender fluid, so I do kind of flip between masculine and feminine anyway. So it's not like I'm having to completely hide myself. But there's times when I would like to wear something a bit nicer. I say nicer, I think feminine clothes are nicer than men's clothes normally, than masculine clothes, sorry. And I just don't feel at the moment I'm comfortable doing that with the kids around just because of other people. And again, this one also leads on to question 3, which is how do I deal with negative comments, the hurtful comments from the public? You may have heard last week's videos, I received quite a lot of abuse, whether I was out in Primark or whether I was out in Southampton with friends. People feeling that they have the ability to just say whatever they want with impunity, and feeling enabled to do that. If you see someone who is non-conforming to gender norms, why say anything? Just, ignore it. It's nothing to do with you. It's not hurting you. Just move on. You don't have to comment something. But there are those who do. There's a lot of people out there, especially in the UK, who are trans, excluding radical feminists, the good old TERFs. And when they see someone like myself living their own life, living their real life, they make sure they want to say something hurtful. How do I deal with that? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I deal with it very well at the moment. I think what happened last week or last weekend was something that did hit me quite hard. It was the sheer volume of comments I was getting in public, and it hurt a lot, and it just made me feel not welcome in places. And you shouldn't feel like that, just to be yourself. And I think the best way to deal with things like that is you've got your friends and you've got your family. I hope you need to speak to them, and just if you've had a bad day, speak to someone, tell someone about it and talk about it, and get the support and the care from those who love you. Because the people who say those things in the street, fingers crossed you'll never bump into them again. Their opinions aren't worthwhile, and their opinions shouldn't matter to you. I know they do, I know they hurt, but they shouldn't matter. And I do believe that for every horrible opinion you get, there is strangers out there who will think the world of you, who will see you living your life and really respect and feel great to see that someone's able to do that. And it's also people who are maybe questioning their gender, people who are also non-binary, people who are trans, etc., etc. If they see someone like me out on the street dressed as I genuinely am, that's going to really embolden them and make them feel that they can be accepted, and maybe they can make the next step and do that. So until the world is a better place, God knows when that will be, rely on your friends and family for support. Don't keep things bottled up. Speak to people. And try not to let the dickheads grind you down, because that's all they are, dickheads. And their opinions are not important. So that's this week's comments, questions we received. As usual, we're going to ask you to write in your questions and comments, thoughts and everything else like that in the comment section below. And the only way we can continue doing this is to be able to answer your questions. So hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, or on YouTube. Write your comments, your thoughts, your questions, and I can tackle those in the coming weeks. And also, I've got Pride coming up in Bournemouth very soon on the 21st, which I'm massively looking forward to. It'll be my first Pride festival where I am out as non-binary. So this is going to be great. I'll be wearing all the glitter and all the bells. So I'm really massively looking forward to that. In other bits of updates on my life, still got depression obviously, but we are muddling through and we are getting there. So until next week, stay safe, stay friendly, look after yourselves, and I'll see you then. Take care.